moment, we are almost there for the last match. The top tier, the top seed sides duking it out for a place in the winners bracket semi-finals to seal their match with Taiwan next week.
And just a reminder, after this, we'll be doing the map pool showcase for next week. So yeah, it'll be between me and the kids. So it's definitely something, if you're interested in seeing what kind of map pool is going to be picked, stay tuned and don't go anywhere.
Oh yeah, I'm really curious what they're doing for the next round. I hope there's some low AR in there, please. Have some.
Oh, I have seen the map pool already, and I can tell you it's going to be a treat.
I'm excited.
Yeah, Doomsday here being a very savvy player who's well-rounded in all regards, he probably wants a more diversified map pool, I can definitely tell. And I think he may get what he's looking for. No promises though, you know, just throwing it out there. And we're going into the first warm-up pick.
Here we go. We're going to be seeing Idkey in the warm-ups. I think we'll see him for the harder maps of the pool. Maybe even the... well, actually, no. I don't think we'll see him for the hidden picks, although we actually saw him performing in AR8 hidden, even though he's known as being not the best hidden. But hey, proving us all wrong last week. And if I do it again.
Yeah, over the course of the year, Idkey has improved tremendously. Last year, he came out of nowhere, and nobody was expecting him until he showed up for USA so tremendously in round of 8. And this year, yeah, it's round of 8 right now, actually. So we're back to the starting point, and Idkey is once again going to show us something interesting, I think. On the Russian side, we have Folon, Red Pixel, Hasagawa Karenis, and I think that's how you pronounce his name, and Axiwubi. I'm gonna call him AB from now. And yeah, so this is gonna be the roster against USA's Prexia Idkey, Fiery Rage, and Monko 2K for this warm-up pick. Looking at their warm-up roster, we can just get a gauge of, you know, who is going to be playing what. This is a warm-up pick, so this is going to speak volume on that. These players are possibly jumping in for their earlier picks, and one of them may be picking a normal pick. I'm guessing it's USA since they picked this earlier. And yeah, very conventional DNB style from Feint. I'm only saying Feint because I've played many Feint songs in OWC, and I think many players here who are watching the stream have also done it. So yeah, this is kind of the style that's very Feint, expected of Feint songs, and you can see the mapping style reflective of that. Oh, but it's very difficult, at least to say. High slider velocity followed by spaced and back and forth string patterns. And I think we have a couple of players failing on the Russian side. Idkey there may have also failed with Fiery Rage. I am not quite sure what happened. Maybe it's just my client, but maybe they failed. But we'll see. Anyway, that's the first warm-up pick out, and we'll be jumping to the second one very quickly once the Russians give us their pick.
See what they got lined up then.
And seems like it's gonna be Yugari Sakase, Sumizone no Sakura, Border of Life. Oh, this one is a very old song, actually. Wait, is this what I think it is? I think this is one by Xerius, isn't it?
Well, in that case, the last one was the Russian warm-up then. This is the US one?
The last one, I'm pretty sure was picked by US because I think that was... Yeah, I think that was Prexia talking to DF in the room about it.
Oh yeah, that's beforehand. Yeah, never mind. My mistake.
Yeah.
My mistake.
Maybe Russians like I'll pick something by one of you guys and throw you guys off the balance.
Are we gonna see him in? Is he gonna be coming in Xerius for his own map?
For his own map, please. I think it's by Xerius because Xerius, like Ruspel, likes to name his maps like easy and normal when they're like the least related to easy or normal.
Yeah, it's like this is normal for me. I don't know what you guys are talking about. I mean, it's just like sliders everywhere, 7 stars. It's like, this is normal.
It's an 8-star map called Easy or Beginner.
Yeah. Wait for the 10-star hard difficulty. And there you go. We've seen some player swaps for the second warm-up, of course, getting a run out. It's going to be Digital Hypno having a go on this one. Akinatori.
Yeah, someone was asking in the chat where's Happy Stick. Happy Stick is occupied this weekend. I think he's moving, so he's not going to be joining us. I don't think so. And yeah, USA is possibly down one person, and Happy Stick is shown to be a very good player as a backbone for his team. So that's a disadvantage for USA's side.
Yeah, he's been stepping up his versatility game. He's handy on a lot of map types now, so if in the future matches for the US, he'll definitely be an important asset. Oh, that's a circle size.
Oh, he's streaming actually. Okay, so maybe he already finished moving. In which case, then that's a good news for USA. Oh, this is very, very unexpected actually. I was expecting more like slider heavy and jump sliders everywhere.
Yeah, looking at it, it does look very Xarius. Xarius mapping is very left field. It's very unconventional.
Yeah, this sort of fast sliders, that's definitely Xarius feel to it. Either it's by Xarius or someone who's very good at doing Xarius style. So yeah.
I think it looks kind of similar to Hollowing's maps, emulating it a little bit.
Both Xarius and Hollowing kind of share a similar interpretation of this kind of Toho songs when it comes to just mashing it out there.
And the Russian side putting in some work on this map. They got some pretty serious combos going on this left field map.
Oh yeah, Aiden there, definitely looking to be very strong with this.
When it comes to like alternation style maps, the only one really in there like that is Sewing Machine, which is not really this sort of alternation style. It's more or less just a weird jump streamy map. They won't be able to leverage much of that outside of maybe Get Happy. But
yeah, or maybe we just look at it being like fast high slider velocity, then possibly the Val maps. But I'm looking at this and just thinking this possibly is just like, you know, another one of those let's play this for the sake of it kind of map.
Oh yeah, for sure, yeah.
Oh, Aiden they're breaking, but he was so close to that 1000 combo. I feel kind of bad for him.
That was a good run though, nonetheless. On a map like this, that's impressive. Akinatori had a really good run as well. Digital Hypno though.
Digital Hypno's chance to shine. Woo. Look at the guy go, man. He's doing the space stream like it's nothing.
Well, this just shows the ability of these two teams. And that's Digital Hypno, who is the 4-digit rank player, the tournament specialist. All he really does when it comes to competitive OSU is tournaments. It's what he does. And that's why he's in the US team this year.
Yeah. I mean, he is probably the textbook example of a player who we say like doesn't really play for the rank, but is incredibly scary when you put him into a tournament. Digital Hypno jumping in this year because US's roster switch. I think he came in for Backsay, but he is incredibly consistent, and he definitely did USA's justice when he showed up repeatedly over the course of the past 3 weeks. This week inclusive, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. He's been an instrumental part of their team in these early stages, and I think we'll see him as the tournament wears on as well.
Oh, and for long they're rolling a 4, whereas the Prex got an 87. That means the USA will get the second ban and the first pick, I'm guessing.
Yep. So yeah, Russia will be opening up the bans, and now we will see if we will see summertime music or not.
Maybe it's a better idea for Russians to request a toy role for USA instead.
Request Toy to take the role. That's totally the reason why he's given the captain role to Braxia. It's because he wants to avoid the roles. You know what I'm saying?
That's true, and that's a very plausible guess. Okay, so this Bono Fuchi has been banned. Oh, and Fiery Rage is already iterating that he doesn't like this choice of ban.
Yeah, not gonna be.
Play Kankole.
They're getting rid of that weird hidden, a tough map in the hidden pool that overlaps and weird streams.
And now it's USA's chance to ban. So please no ban summertime music. I mean, it's wintertime right now, but we do need a little bit of summertime music in our vibes.
It needs to warm it up. To be honest, though, it does make sense as a ban against the Russian team, but that is 8 out of 8 bans for summertime music. It's been banned 100% of this quarterfinals weekend.
Apraxia, I hate you. I hate you so much.
Get rid of that high AR. No room for 10.1 here. Nope.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to double time, it is very, very just down to the matter of, you know, what is the AR first of all, and then what is the DPM. Like once you get those two out of the picture, then we start looking at the map itself. That's for a lot of double time players. And in this case, I guess they don't really like AR 10.1 at all.
Yeah, that means when it comes to DT, the only one that Russia really have is Gate of Steiner, and that's gonna be a map that both teams will be decent on, so they can't really abuse that this round. But it was a good ban by the USA against this Russian team, for sure.
Yeah, N-Wolf is asking in the tournament server, Oko, the mapper Okolin, did you expect to have summertime music banned like that? Okolin said, yeah, I was expecting it to get banned a lot, but just not this much.
So what's even more amazing is with teams only having one ban, it's still been banned 8 out of 8 times. Even when they can only pick one. Funny how things work sometimes. But there we go. What's the next pick going to be though?
I'm guessing USA probably wasn't going to pick that, that's to start with, and they looked at Russians and go like, we can't give them the double time edge. So like we predicted, Russians being the more the more versatile one with double time, USA is going to be less likely to give them their comfort zone. Oh, Political Dungeon is actually going to be going up first.
That's a pretty safe pick to start us off this. The fairly balanced free mod, a lean towards streams with a tricky 1/3 section around the middle with some 1/3 streams. One of the easier maps in the pool overall. So I wonder if we'll see a lot of mods on this.
And Happy Six will be jumping in. And Red Pixel's going to be joining the USA. Maybe he got the green card after all.
He's emigrating. There we go. Red Pixel joining for the Russian side, one of their mainstay players entering for this. And of course, seeing Happy Stick in, the long-time veteran at this point. Player that actually played in the very first World Cup under an old username, Awoken. And he's still here.
Yeah, this kind of returning players is a theme that we always appreciate and celebrate. I mean, last round was it? I think it's Fabricio Orbi and what else was on the Polish side that played? Wolf. Yeah, Wolf played every single OWC so far.
Yep, there's just 2 remaining that played them all. Fabricio and Wolf. Fotovnik was on that streak as well until this year, as he didn't make the Polish team.
That's very sad. I mean, Farto is like arguably one of my my favorite names to see on the Russians because Polish side, because he just reminds me of so much about like the old 2013-14 competitive meta. Apparently, Digital Hypno was trying to sneak no-fail into the mix.
Oh yeah, and I need that no-fail. Preparing for the 4-man fail.
Exactly.
Here we go. It looks like we have our rosters for this first match. It's going to be Red Pixel, Hasawa, Kranus, Aksubi, and Talalar for the Russians. And for the US team, it's going to be Happy Stick, idkey, Apraxia, and Digital Hypno. Here we go.
A very strong roster for both sides, and best of luck for these two players.
We are opening up with some fairly safe mod choices, it seems, although we are seeing a couple of hard rocks, which is generally harder than hidden on this map. I'm sure those players do prefer that. Apraxia and Hasawa Kranus are going to be more at home with these, or at least they're going to be perfectly comfortable, I think.
Yeah, with high BPM of this map also, it is pretty much hard rock is a more comfortable one, I would say, for this mod pick. Hard rock does spike the AR up to AR10, which is the highest conventional AR you can go to without using double time, and that is possibly what Apraxia was going for, just aiming for that the comfort with AR10. Otherwise, I wouldn't say the lower CS will make it more comfortable.
Yeah, when you hit those space streams, that's where it starts getting nasty with hard rock, and they are coming up in just a moment.
A miss coming in from Apraxia, first one to drop. Russians get an early lead now. This is where normal players start to shine, because if they break here, then that's the backbone gone for their team. They are expected to combo through this, definitely. Oh, the space stream coming in, Red Pixel breaking with hidden.
Yeah, the 1/3 caught him out.
And there's Hasawa Kranus as well. Two modded players gone from the Russian roster, and United States has a chance to make a comeback.
Unlucky for Hasawa, it was after the hard part. That's going to give US the win here as we enter the ending. Just about nicking the first point.
Yep, and that's going to be about 200k in difference in favor of United States. And a 1/100 from idkey. He definitely is the one to go for when you have a streaming map.
Yeah, his stream ability. On point right from the get-go. Excellent run by him. It was unlucky for Hasawa in the end. It was a slider break.
Yeah, he got the S, but that's not what he was looking for, I'm guessing.
No, but the accuracy on Apraxia's one miss, though, is excellent for this map. Almost 99% on hard rock. For this is a very, very solid performance. And thankfully, his team backed him up to get the point.
Yeah, I mean, your one miss is very forgiving for this pick, at least, so long as your team is there to support you. But for the Russians, they have one miss too many.
Russia wasted no time in picking their next pick, which is going to be the No-Mod Calamity Fortune, which actually I'm surprised this hasn't been popular. I figured this would be picked quite a bit as one of the safer picks, but it's only been featured in about 50% of the matches.
Yeah, I mean, it is fairly on the fast end. It is on the fast end. I'm not making this. I'm not sugarcoating this. And also that it is a 20s, like a more modern era, 2016 style of mapping. We have seen Calamity Fortune, the song itself, being featured in past OWCs like many times. 2013 and 14, I remember. And so yeah, the song is not alien, but this map is definitely something new we're seeing this year.
200 BPM burst streams in this version. There's a lot of buzz sliders as well throughout this map, especially in the solo section in the middle. Those buzz sliders are probably the hardest, well, probably the easiest parts to break on in this map, as those kind of patterns can catch you out even if you're completely on point. Slider breaks are very possible on this map.
Alright, Twitch chat, let's get some Russian support going on here. USA just won their first pick, and now Russians have to step it up and possibly get their first point as well. Who's it gonna be? Come on guys, let's show your support. I mean, I don't really know what like any Russian phrase to say that, you know, let's do this and such. The only Russian phrase I know that you guys probably know as well, which I'm not gonna say on stream. So yeah, let's go Russia, and good luck USA.
Yeah, support your teams. A lot of these players are probably peeking at the chat. They need your support. And if you want to show your support even further for the teams, we actually do have profile banners that you can put on top of your profile to support your favorite team for $2.50, and that will go directly to the prize pool, which will be given out to the players. So if you want to support the tournament and support these players by contributing to the prize pool and showing your support, you can check
And you
out
also
those
get a very
profile
cool
banners.
banner. Yeah, you get a very cool banner on top of everything. So that's a win-win for everyone, right?
First half of this map is generally easier than the latter half. It really picks up as the map goes on, so early misses really hurt.
The climax portion is very, very intense with the streams, and you kind of have to also conserve your stamina to that point as well. I mean, if you wear out before where it's needed, that's not gonna be what you want at all. So far right now, the accuracy is leaning in favor of the USA. We do have the players being very consistent. Digital Hypno double S still, and just breaking the moment I mentioned him. Oh, here's the stream section with Talala and Toy both breaking. I mean, all I can hear is a sound effect from these hit objects. It is so condensed together. It is scary almost. And after coming through that, the lead is swinging back and forth. Oh my god.
The accuracy of the combo is in favor of Russia right now by a tiny amount. Well, it was, but then Talala finding that break just before the final chorus. Here comes the kick sliders, another nasty part of the map, and it is very well poised right now.
Oh, a miss from Toy as well. There's still a chance for Russians to make it come back. Oh, and here we go into the final section.
Another break by Toy. He's had a few little misses here. That could be the difference, you know. I think it is.
Spin to win. Oh, this is so close, actually. I was not expecting that. Toy out of everyone here. I mean, he is known for his consistency, and for him to have like three misses, 3 break sections, that is just a little bit unexpected. But then again, maybe he's not playing to his best condition right now. So let's hope that he gets into his groove very soon. But yeah,
happens to everyone.
Happens to the rest of us.
Yeah, but that's going to be the point for Russia by 27k or 24k.
Mere 24k. That is absolutely scary to think about it.
3 FCs to 3 FCs. A solid run by both teams, but it's going to be 1-1. Yeah, right at the death. Clutch on that last stream. The next pick is going to be US's though.
I'm just glancing over on the Chinese chat. They're watching the stream as well. And I like how Ruspel and the guys are like, we're not even in OWC anymore. Why are we still watching this? You can't stay away from the competition once you're in this. I'm sorry, Ruspel.
I'm just looking at the pool right now. There's a lot of choices that the US should be quite comfortable on. There are both Hard Rocks open, which is going to be a decent pick for Russia, I'd feel. But they are going to be going for that hidden, which makes sense because Russia did ban Zetsubono, well, that map, the other hidden. So pick the other one, makes sense. Zetsubono Fuchi, my mistake. This one is a very burst streamy map. Lots of short streams and awkward aim patterns all the way through this. A few jump streams here and there. In a relatively short map.
Yeah, Fiery Rage noting that it's Mario Kart.
It really does sound like it's straight out of Mario Kart Wii or something. Like it's got that Nintendo vibe to it.
Definitely. But the question is this going to be a smooth cruise around Peach's Castle, or is it going to be a rough ride down Rainbow Road? I'm thinking it's the latter because this is not a very comfortable pick at all in my dictionary.
It's not. It's been very popular though. It's definitely the more conventional of the two hiddens, but still has some nasty elements that can catch out your fourth man of your team if he's not necessarily comfortable with the hidden. I think both these teams should be okay with that. I know for sure the US should be fine on a map like this, and they're swapping in their versatile players for the job. Russia bringing out their specialists. We're seeing OWC come out for this one. Yeah, 4-man of the US there. Should be okay on this. idke has been working on his hidden. He should be fine on this. Toy and Digital Hypno should also have no problems on a map like this.
Both Toy and Digital Hypno are very scary reading players. I mean, they're good at tournaments because they're good at reading and consistency, and really that's what makes a good tournament player. So those two I have no worries about them. It's more, it comes down to, you know, whether Fiery Rage and idke can keep up with them. And on the other side, Tala and Folon are going to be the backbone we're seeing for Russians. So let's see how this will work out.
Quite a short map, this. So, bit of a wild card. If you can get away with a lucky good run, could be handy. But the ending of this is pretty darn nasty. If you get there with a full combo, you got to hold your cool through the hardest part of the map, which is a tricky feat.
Oh, but a new guy, XOB, just came in and he's already missing. That's not a good start.
Bit slow to get going, just early on there.
Yeah, possibly. You need like a little bit of transitional phase to get through. But once you're good with that, I think you're good for the entire map. Surprisingly though, the lead is not too much in favor of the USA yet, and we do see a couple of breaks coming at the same time actually. We have idke, the only one holding combo on his team.
As soon as that hard part kicked in, about 5 players dropped their combo. At that same section, it leaves 1 FC versus 1 with a combo advantage for the Russians. OWC, after those early misses, bringing it back. Really was just early transitional things. Entering the easier part now, and Russia can get a little lead, but it's not going to be much by the time they get to the next difficult section.
Yeah, US is clawing right behind them. I mean, they probably just they all had a bad fluke there, and that's the only sort of chance they're going to give to the Russians for this map. You can't expect USA to offer a chance like that repeatedly again and again. You have to expect for the worst.
Talala is on a roll on this run right now. He's on a 1-100. 2 100s then. There goes OWC.
idke there still holding on for his team. I mean, this kind of carry was not what we were expecting, but he is the one doing it. Digital Hypno falling right behind them. They do inch out the lead right before the end. That is so close.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. idke's our boy now. But still,
Yeah,
Toy with 99% accuracy. That is very scary.
Yeah, Talala, man, one of the veterans of the Russian team, having no problems, putting his team on his back, although it wasn't quite enough. But yeah, well done to idke. He's becoming the hidden carry for his team. It's not the first time this tournament he's done it.
Which actually reminds me of idke's video clip from last week. Well, noobs on my team, he screamed. I'm guessing you probably screamed something similar where he saw a scoreboard.
Yeah, getting a bit of deja vu there.
But yeah, that was a very good run from the Russians, I have to say. I mean, this is USA's pick. They probably was not expecting Russians to keep up as well as they did. In fact, they were very close to just handing it over had idke or Digital Hypno missed, like even one note.
So far, everyone's winning their own picks, so it's always a good start.
Toy stands for throw.
Dear me.
Come on, Toy. Don't be like this. It's got like at least 4 more maps to go through, and the Russians are looking to make it into tiebreaker, maybe. Please.
I mean, you know, got one more chance for it. Hey, if it keeps up, people keep winning their own picks. Hey, it's possible. We'll see what Russia opts to go for next. So all the hiddens are gone.
Well, the hiddens are gone, but the free mod is still very much open. We have only seen one map being played from there. That's going to be either Heisei Cataclysm or Mythologia's End, if either team chooses to go down that path. But meanwhile, we do still have a very open no-mod pool that I don't think has been touched much, except for Calamity Fortune.
Yeah, I think free mod is going to be more a US favored thing in this matchup because they have the depth in the squad to cover those mod brackets really well. I think they'll have the upper hand on it. Might be a good shot for Russia to go with some hard rock at some point, or we could always play it safe. But I don't think free mod is a brilliant choice for them. That's going to be DT they go for. They're going for a Gate of Steiner.
Ooh! Now this is an old song and a pretty nostalgic pick in my dictionary.
At 210 BPM streams with some pretty tricky aim patterns to boot, but lots of spaced streams are the defining elements of this map. There's one particular section in it that goes from a spaced stream into a stack of sliders. If you misread that, it's very easy to bugger it up and lose your combo entirely. We've seen a couple of teams fall to that.
I know exactly which part you're talking about, and I think that these players, if they are picking it, they probably are well aware of that section if they have played through it, and if not, they probably have put in some effort and practicing that section.
Yeah, I think this is a good pick for Russia. They have the team members to do well on this. Accuracy-wise as well, we haven't seen a lot of high accuracy runs. I think the highest accuracy we've seen on this is around... No, we've seen a 99 on this at some point, but a 99 has been a 98, but apart from that, it's been 97 and below. And I think the Russians can have some good accuracy on this. There we go then. Plenty of swaps coming in. Red Pixel and Fallen joining for the Russian side. Makes sense. Monko and Digital Hypno coming in for this one. And Apraxia. Full swap apart from mid key.
Oh, and there's a stream break there from Digital Hypno and Red Pixel. And there's a section with actually USA in the lead by just a little bit. It's not anyone's favorite yet, convincingly.
I was saying about the accuracy side, Red Pixel's having some accuracy issues.
And there's a follow-on dropping, meaning that USA now has the combo lead well in their favor.
Yeah, this one's not going too well for them. They're up against 3 FCs and a near FC from Digital Hypno. The United States coming strong on this one.
Yeah, this one is a double time pick, but it's also a reading map disguised as a double time pick. There's so many tricky patterns in there that just makes the players just incredibly stressed when doing it if they're not used to this sort of style. And I can guess that's probably why Russian is not feeling the groove they are supposed to feel with double time. And yeah, USA walks away with this one, making it 3-2-1.
Two solid full combos from the US at 97% from Idkey and Apraxia, which is a very decent result for this map in comparison to what we've seen. In the end, it was a really good team performance from the US.
Yeah, the Russians probably was not expecting USA to perform that well on this map, and I think they may have underestimated the USA on that regard, but there's still a lot more wiggle room around this, and Apraxia there, incredibly with it's only 17-100s on this map especially.
They have a nice little buffer now. They're 3-1 up with the next pick, and they're not wasting any time in bringing out Sewing Machine.
I'm guessing they're going to be bringing back Toy and also Wait, Digital Hippo's already in here. So wait, who's the name I was expecting to say? Xerius, right?
Yeah, and right on cue, there he is.
Oh wait, Toy's not coming in. Happy Stick is. That's interesting. Okay, but I guess well, Happy Stick is still a very potent player, so I don't have any sort of inconfidence in him for this map. It's more about yeah, whether or not like I was just wondering like why Toy isn't here, because I feel like this is very much a Toy pick.
You know, they got plenty of peeps to pick from. It's like, who fancies playing this? And then 6 people raise their hand.
It actually is kind of interesting because the Chinese players, well, from my knowledge, do it differently. It's like, you know, who is comfortable with playing this map? You're least comfortable? Okay, you go up. That's how they do it.
It's like, who doesn't want to play it? All right,
you go up. Yep, who doesn't want to play it?
Yep. It's actually the first time we've seen this pick as a mid-game pick. It's only been picked right at the end of the matches. It appeared 3 times right at the end, but not this time. Which is interesting. People have picked it as like the finishing blow in the past.
Yeah, maybe USA just want to use it as a way to gauge the opponents as well. They don't want to go too far down the drain yet before making any sort of decisive calls. Xerius there coming in with very good finger control, double icing this first stream along with Fiery Rage. Aiden and Talala on the other side returning favor. This just comes down to, I guess, if you are good with slow streams, it just comes down to consistency with the accuracy. There's really nothing else too much to it except for there's a break from Xerius.
Oh, here comes the harder part of the map though, and we're already a full combo down. Here we go. Pretty much quads and doubles until the end.
Xerius and XUB both missing again. XUB there really tanking with his accuracy. I don't think this is his most confident pick. But then again, I think maybe Russians just have to make the 4th person come in to make the ends meet. Oh, but there's the second miss from Russia, and that's going to make the lead go in favor of the US.
Just before the slightly easier section as well. So US have a nice little area to push the lead, but there goes Fiery. That's a bit of a surprise.
Yeah, Fiery they're dropping is kind of unexpected, to be honest. Well, then this is a very tricky part where it's like stack leads into another stack almost seamlessly. It means you have to really watch your timing on the notes. And Happy Stick dropping their lead in Digital Hypno, the only one defending against Aiden and Talala.
200k of advantage, and we're entering the, well, almost at the easier ending where the Russians could definitely claw that distance back.
Oh, is there enough time though? Nope, I don't think there is.
No, there is. There's more to go. They might have enough time.
Ah, but so close and yet so far. That's 40k difference in favor of the USA.
Yeah, wasn't quite enough time. They were almost there. It ended in a really close one between the two. 41k of advantage, and the USA will take that point, just about.
But still, that is very good performance from these players. Digital Hypno, Aiden plus Talala. I mean, showing up for their team right where it's needed. And I don't think they're very happy with the accuracy either, because they're all on the fairly low end. When the last round, we have pretty good accuracy from the players, like 98% on this map.
Well, the combos are what got the job done this time.
Yeah, but Xerius not showing up is kind of unexpected, really. But in this case, Fiery Rage and Digital Hypno, their performance was definitely appreciated. I mean, it's thanks to them that they didn't lose to Russia on this pick, and them not being here probably would have signaled something a lot more prudent for USA.
Yeah, I guess because it's Xerius' first map of the match, maybe he just needs a little bit to bed in. Because I don't think he played any of the warm-ups this time. Maybe it was just that. They got the job done for the team, so it's still good for them. Russia with the next pick. They are quite a bit behind here, but they're still in it. We're still quite far from the end here, and they are going for Friedman. Going for the speedy Nomad, 240 BPM, streams in the first minute. then going into a AR9 jump map from then on in.
AR9 jumps in 200 plus BPM. That is actually quite something.
It is. At that sort of speed, reading AR9 is it's a tricky skill these days. Normally maps like this are higher approach rates, so...
Yeah, back in the old days when you were not allowed to have decimal place values in your parameters, it's kind of hard really to determine AR9 or AR10 for this. And most people tend to go with AR9 because they want to leave AR10 as a possibility for hard rock.
More or less, once you get past the first streams, it's all about keeping your consistency. I think the US are going to have the edge on the consistency, but those early streams usually decide the ebb and flow of the rest of the map, so it's important that they're on point from the get-go on this map.
Indeed, this map starts very suddenly, and if you're not careful, you just break right from there. I'm guessing if USA wins this one, they're probably going to go for the other pick, which is Mythologia's End.
Yeah.
Both are similar in style and both are similar in BPM. Probably just want to follow up to the previous pick kind of thing. But if the Russians prove to be the better one for this, it may swing to a different side of story.
Quite a bit of deliberation over who's playing this, it seems. There's a lot of swaps in and out for the US, but they're settling on getting Apraxia, Monko, and Idki in for this one.
Idki I definitely see being a very good pick for this. It just comes down to whoever's more confident for the other three. And
yeah,
it seems like that's gonna be it.
Yep, Fallen joining in for the Russians. Speedy players going to be looking pretty good on this, but apart from that, they are sticking as they were. Straight away into the streams. Let's see how it goes.
Yeah, Monko 2K there, very good with the initial accuracy. Exo there finding another miss. Oh, and actually the streams proved my earlier point completely wrong.
I think it's slider broke. Actually, I think Monko slider broke it.
Yeah, Monko also tanked the accuracy. Hope it's not because I jinxed him, but yeah. That's definitely, well, regardless, it's a chance for Russians to come back.
We've done well on the cursing so far, I think. We haven't cursed too many.
Yeah, we've been fairly contained, at least to say.
Yeah, the accuracy advantage, what's the difference going to be? Tiny bit for the Russian side. And they have a little bit of combo as well, but it's negligible.
And I do have to comment on this map for being very diverse in terms of the mapping area they represent. We've seen the 2015 style, we've seen the old 2012 style, and it's a very good mixture in my opinion. And I think it really tests a team's potential in that regard. In this case, the Russians are really capitalizing on this, see what I did there, on this opportunity. But it's a very rare opportunity also, because against a team like USA, you kind of have to take every opportunity they provide with like a definitive sense of using it. Otherwise, they'll just take back the lead very quickly before you can even say 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, from here on in, it's all about keeping consistent on this AR9 speedy jump style, and Russia are in the driving seat. Praxia dropped a miss, and he wasn't happy about that.
Idki also dropped earlier, and I don't think he is either, as we see that Russians are now taking over with 300,000+ in lead. They have to just keep up a little bit more to make this like a very definitive lead to the end.
Yeah, they're turning up strong on this map. Those accuracies on the Russian side are really quite imperious. I mean, 99% across the board. You're looking like an excellent pick. It's going to be a huge win for them to try and get a comeback going. They needed to win that. Had they lost that, I can't see them coming back. But after that win, looking good.
Axial B standing strong after the initial miss. That's very good three-way full combo also from the Russians. Fiery Rage on the other side, also very good, defending his team to the very last note with a full combo on his own part. but that's not enough, as you see that the other 3 US players just falling short by a little bit, but a little bit is a little bit too much. And now we
Yeah.
have the pick back to USA.
Those 1 misses and that slider break from Monko. Heartbreak. They had it on the accuracy by no, they didn't, because Monko dropped a few hundreds. So, but either way, yeah, the consistency was biting them there. That odd miss cost them. Those 2 100 FCs from Fallen and Talala are as good as you'd expect on this map.
Yeah, Folon, they're actually going above 1 million cap on the Nomad, which means he outspawned that extra points, those extra points. And the Russian supporters in the chat are getting the 6-4 comeback hype ongoing. You know, like USA today is not really looking like their best, so there's definitely a chance, but it's gonna be a long road of resistance for Russia.
Is that another pun?
Yep.
Oh dear. It's alright. I can't hate on a good pun. I can't say. The US have a lot of choice in terms of free mod, hard rock, or no mod. Plenty open in both, well, all 3 of those pools. I think hard rock would be a good choice for Russia though, so I don't know about that.
Well, USA, like I said, is very two-dimensional. Like, they have a lot of different options, and that's what makes them scary. But at the same time, Russia here also has that edge on certain aspects. Like, double time, hard rock, you're not really wanting to tap into. So, in this regard, you kind of just want to play it safe, in my opinion. Go for the picks that you are sure to take a point on in order to make the best use of your pick. Because let's say if USA loses this one, and it's back to Russia, and Russia makes the next point a smart pick as well. That's 4-4 immediately we're looking at.
Their choice is going to be no mod then. Fuego.
Fuego.
Jumpy pick. Some tricky kick slider patterns in this near the second half with some very wide jump spikes. This is one of those maps that slows down and speeds up multiple times. It spikes in difficulty throughout. And it's quite tricky. It's one of the harder maps in the no mod pool, in my opinion. This is a pick I think the USA are going to be really strong on. They did go for it, so they must be confident, of course, but this sort of straight up wide jump map, they have players that are going to be right at home, super comfortable on this, with some technical ability to boot to make sure they don't break on those kick sliders. On paper, a very good pick for them, I think.
Yep, and this song is definitely also very reminiscent of another one of Sakura's songs in O's. It's very popular. Cherry Blossoms dying on, exploding on a dying horizon. And this kind of like, I'm not sure what genre this music belongs into, but if I can describe it, it's like this burst in the, hear this burst in a couple of notes, and it falls into a silence for another part. It's like this jumping roller coaster of note intensity, and it's reflected in the map itself. And I think it's quite challenging when you're not looking out for them, just going to that section. That creates a lot of room for kick sliders, and also, most importantly, room for players to miss on.
We'll see how it goes. This is absolutely a chokeable map for any player.
Is Falon tap Xing?
I don't think he does. I don't think he plays tap X.
Maybe because I'm just looking at his node input and going like he maybe tap X's.
Yeah, it's just the intro.
Ah, there we go. Okay.
Oh, Fiery Rage. Hello. He got a miss on that slow part there. I'm not sure what happened there.
On my screen, it's still double S'ing though. Oh wait. Am I slow? I think. Yeah. Maybe I'm slow.
So far, so good on this earlier jump section. For the Russian side, the US have already lost 2 of their full combos, although the fiery miss was right at the start, pretty negligible at this point. That miss from Digital Hypno, though, not so much, because we're entering the slow part where the Russians can pile on that combo multiplier.
Yeah, having the combo go into your favor speaks a lot more volume than the accuracy, especially in the mid game.
Oh, as soon as that hard part starts up, though, Talalar finds a miss. Kick slider's really kicking in.
But USA needs more than just that. They've made too many mistakes to say that one miss is enough. And Iki and Fire Rage both missing at the same time. Speaks something about their homoerotic tension earlier, but that's not to say that Red Pixel can return the favor by also missing.
Yeah, I was saying before it might have been a good pick for the US, but this nasty map catching them out. Turns out it's not going quite as planned for them. A huge breakpoint on a map like this is looking like.
Yeah, apologies for the spoilers, guys. We didn't really catch ourselves there. We don't know how far our clients are in advance to the stream itself. But regardless, right now on the screen here, you see that the players are, I would say, are fairly consistent to what we're expecting of this map. I mean, this is not an easy map for this map war at all, and for their performance to go into this is fairly expected. And we do see that this is reflected in the final outcome.
Yeah, the only full combo it seems as though is going to be from Happy Stick on the US side. Well, they're US's only full combo. Two of them on the Russian side with Axu B and Fallen.
Axu B definitely doing his name justice after the earlier inconsistency, coming in right where his team needs it and making it 3-4 for Team Russia. And now, guess what? It is Russian side to pick again.
Is the comeback on? Well, they're right back in it now. From 4-1 down, they are within touching distance of tying up the series at a late stage.
Oh yeah, maybe we have to change our prediction after this.
Oh, dearie me. Well, I mean, the 6-3 still on point, but, you know, the Russians have every chance now to ruin that.
Right. Well, Russians can definitely tie this next point up if they make the educated and intelligent pick. But for Team USA, I would say if this goes into tiebreaker, Team USA is the more favored team to win it, because Team USA has a very solid experience when it comes to tiebreakers in tournaments. And they're, I talked with Toy and he told me that US's strategy, one of the fundamentals was that they were expecting to win every one of their own pick and try to do the best for everything the opponent picks. Meaning that basically they're just going for a tiebreaker default strategy. As in, you know, we're expecting to go to tiebreaker, let's just assume that we have to play it regardless. And I think that kind of mentality puts USA into a setting where they're least spooked when they have to play a tiebreaker, whereas the other team that may not be so tiebreaker consistent would be like, oh my god, what are we supposed to do?
Oh yeah, when it comes to, if it does come to the tiebreaker, for sure, the mentality is a huge factor because of how much pressure's on that one map. And USA's played plenty of tiebreakers at big stages in the past. I'm sure a lot of their players won't be too intimidated by that.
Azer in the chat saying half the USA roster is honorary Canadian. Which actually, yeah, wouldn't be necessarily false because of the proximity between Canada and USA. Many players have played on international community tournaments with each other on the same team. So the two countries are very close to each other, both culturally and geographically. Which actually makes me, I haven't seen Canada versus USA for a long time. Like, I don't think I've ever seen it in OWC.
I don't think I've seen it in a World Cup, for sure. I'm sure they've scrimmed, but I've never seen it in a World Cup. I mean, the chance is still open at this point. Might see it, still see it.
We just have to get USA into losers bracket, and they can then play Canada and fulfill the long-awaited matchup.
Yeah.
Alright, Isuali Nurose.
Consistency, safe pick this. Wide jumps, fairly standard, simple layout, but very wide jumps. quite a few streams. A very balanced, mechanically intensive map. I mean, the last one worked so well for Russia in Fuego. Why not try it again? This one's more standard. Still very jumpy, which, you know, was the turning point for that previous map, really. Those big jumps.
Yeah, and Happy coming in. Happy has been showing quite an incredible amount of consistency today. I'm guessing they really have to rely on the consistent players to come in now. Toy and Xeria's so far not really showing their best. Maybe they'll just need some time to warm up and get used to, get adjusted for today. But yeah, for USA, they're looking to really focus on that aspect. Otherwise, Russia's gonna run away with this.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Russia, they're going to be feeling pretty good after nicking those last 2 points. They were feeling pretty hopeful to take this one. So it's for sure, the US needs to just avoid that tilt, avoid getting hooked up in that. Otherwise, they're going to bring Russia right back into this when at 4-1 down, they didn't have much right to, because the US were really winning heavily on the picks they were winning. A couple of close ones, but until then, they were definitely in the driving seat. Not anymore.
Yeah, but to say, how do you feel about this map? It's what Neuro say. I mean, we've talked about it being very conventional, but how do you feel actually playing it?
It's actually it's pretty standard. So you just get into a rhythm of it and just do what you do. You don't have to do any special preparation for a map like this. It's just about being generally comfortable because it's a simple layout. It's just about dealing with wide jumps. So it's actually one of the more comfortable maps for a lot of players. This.
Yeah, it's very standard and very conventional. So I guess it really just comes down to a fundamental, your core skills.
Toy hoping to rouse the troops for this one. He's joining in. Happy Stick as well. He's been having a decent match up to this point. He's had some decent performances in this match.
Yeah, Toy, Happy Stick, Fire Rage, and Idki. I'd say this is possibly the strongest foreign roster USA has for this map.
I've seen Xiaoas there joining once again for this one. Apart from that, as you were from the previous map for the Russians, and worked out well for them then. See, Fallen so far has had a really good game on those last 2 maps, doing excellently. Hoping for a third here.
Yeah, Ilki also noteworthy for a shout out here. I mean, he's done tremendously for his team so far today, and I think he would have to really show up continuously against these Russians who are now starting to wake up. And speaking of waking up, Toy and Happy Stick also leaving on US West Coast. Let's hope they have done the necessary warm up to get back into the groove.
Entering the first chorus, and 2 of the FCs on the Russian side have already fallen. Xiaoas and Aksu B. So not a lot of this map changes during its 3.5 odd minute length. It's about keeping consistent, and so far the USA showing that's their strong suit, as it always has been.
Right, scoreboard showing at the break point. The players are now aware of what just happened. USA now in the driving seat and just have to keep the combo ongoing in order to make their win secure.
Certainly, Russia is still in punching distance with their 2 FCs, but yeah, the destiny's out of their hands. They just need to keep going. Wide vertical jumps here. One of the difficulty spikes in the map, and no one will drop on them.
Yeah, that's definitely where you expect to see drops. And actually, Red Pixel there following right after that. These Russians, 12 Russians remaining full combos. That's not good at all. This means USA now can just take away with the score.
Yeah, this ain't going to plan for Russia. USA lapping this pickup. Fallen with the 1-100. He's got the best score in the match so far. but his team has unfortunately lost their FCs.
Yeah, by himself alone, it is not enough for him to manage USA or himself. That is 4 FCs he's facing, and this turned out to be not quite an intelligent pick at all. I mean, the standard idea of this is quite different from the few goal we just saw, so USA probably was just waiting for a chance to make an entry like this, and Russia gave that doorway to them.
I mean, I see why they went for it because of the jumps, but I suppose the simpler style of this one is more suited to those consistency players on the US side, and Russia unfortunately couldn't hold it together.
I mean, look at across the board for USA. The overall player is 99+%. Percentage in accuracy speaks a lot more volume about how comfortable you are with this map. Like, you have a very high combo with 95% accuracy, and that doesn't pronounce as much as a 99+% accuracy high combo. And in this case, USA now have almost 1 million points in lead.
Yeah, Fallen has dropped his FC. There's nothing left on the Russian side, but there are 4 full combos for the US. An imperious performance from the US. What a play from those guys. How do you beat that? You just don't. You just don't.
Yeah, that is a highly, highly impressive result from the USA on this map. Especially when they were not really at their A game for consistency, but then they just showed up for this map. That's the adrenaline rush they need for it. Like, yeah. We got 99.82% for both AD and Fiery Rage. Toy there with 99.53, Happy Stick 99.06. All of them are above 99%. And the Russians are not really that below with accuracy, but the combos in difference are the ones to speak volume. And I think that even if they have this identical combo, like they all full combo through, it will still go in USA side because of the accuracy difference.
Yeah, they only dropped 1 slider end. Poor Happy Stick dropping a slider end, but it was a good run from all 4 of them. That pick turned out to be the wrong pick for Russia. And now it's match point for the US with their pick in tow.
Yeah, I think the Russians could have a much better chance in the beginning had they capitalized more on those earlier 2 or 3 picks where they came very close. I mean, that was well within their reaching, but they just gave that away to USA. Still, they have a chance still. We got 2 more maps to make up for before tiebreaker, and USA is going to pick Night Sky.
Yeah, with the Hard Rock, the tougher of the 2 Hard Rock maps in terms of mechanics, but a lot shorter than the other one. It's around 2 minutes of modern conventional mapping with streams and kick slider jumps. Quite fast as well. Relatively fast. It's around 200 BPM. I think the Hard Rock picks are a decent pick for Russia. US, of course, are going to be very decent on this, as they'll be decent on pretty much anything, but the Russians have some very capable Hard Rock players that have impressed in past matches, hoping to make something happen here. Seeing some mass personnel swaps. Aiden and Asara Kranus for the Russian side.
It's a do or die for the Russians now, so they really gotta make it count.
Seeing Monko, 2K and Apraxia joining. Those 2 should be decent on this. Apraxia has had some really, really solid accuracy plays on Hard Rock maps. I recall a couple of 1/100s from him. Monko 2K has always been a very versatile player, so he could step in for this and be A-OK.
Yeah, once again, this just comes down to, this map is well within the player's FCable range, but to do it on demand on tournament setting is a different story. So it just comes down to who has a better consistency edge.
The opening break is going to be fallen. The slider break.
Yeah, it's too much of an issue because it's only the first quarter of the map. Would you have a A
Sure.
coming from Monko? I guess he did break right before that section.
He's actually on
But
an
at the
A
very
in
beginning.
the 50s.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't even know this. I thought he must have broken in the very beginning.
Tougher section this. Tougher section of the map.
Yep. This is the Usao's drop section, and often it means very intense kick sliders. Although Usao's songs are more on the slower BPM side, but this is not the kind of map that we can say it's really slow. Hard Rock makes it seem a lot faster, and it's pretty fast, to be honest, to start with. In this case, USA having still 5 full combos ongoing. Russians are now 3 full combos, not really that far behind, but because Axial just couldn't really make his combo work, and that could have just come down to a 4 versus 3 full combo, and oh, but toy this break.
That's it though.
No, that's not enough for Russians, and they do Russians following more breaks.
Yep, the finishing flush, and it is only going to be Hasawa Kranus on the Russian side full comboing. With 3 full combos on the United States side at this point.
Yeah, top score actually goes to Hasawa Kranus with 1.06 million. But still, that was not enough for his team to make a comeback.
The players rushing out of the room, wasting no time. Everyone did finish the map on there, and it was a big win for the US. A really good performance on a tough Hard Rock map, almost 1 million of advantage. Yeah, that is the game. United States.
It went pretty close every like here and there, but overall, US still showing that they are the better player, they're a better team, and yeah.
It did take him a while to get going, though, didn't it? They had some issues early on with some consistency, probably because it was quite early for them.